Hello there. I am late. I'm late for a very important date. I do apologize. But we're alive now. That's what's important. Just getting myself comfortable. We're gonna jump straight back in. So at the end, hey Jade, welcome. How you doing? We're gonna jump straight back in. Last time, we actually met the Terramorph. We had to run away. We got some snacks for giving. We got some apple slices for giving Donna Rain a coffee. That was a whole quest that we did, like a very tiny quest. I was trying to steal her from her boyfriend. I believe it was Tony. But sadly, she's still with Tony. But I did get her apple slices. So who's the real winner here? That's alright, Jade. I assume you've been very busy. How have you been? What have you been up to? Always the VoDs as well. This is literally where we left off last time. Putting on hand cream because my hands are very dry. Hey, Nutty. Oh, welcome. I know you're here for just talk to Jade. See, this is the lady that gave us the apple slices. Donna Rain.
I have a feeling today's going to be a great day. Don't you agree?
She's too happy for being a janitor.
Don't be a stranger.
I want more apple slices though. But yeah, she's too happy for being a janitor, in my opinion. But some people are just like that. Some people are just happy people. I wish I knew how that worked so that I could. Can you really hurt yourself with a lack of CO2 when, like, I'm running like normal? Does that a thing in real life? Where are you going? Now that's a good question. Let's look at our missions. We need to investigate the brownouts in the well. We've got distilling confidence, which is I've been asked by a bar owner to acquire some cargo that they had imported, but the person was also a sketchy sort of grey area dealer, so all of their cargo was impounded, including what they needed. So we could go do that actually. I think I know how we could do this. I haven't played any more alpha other than what I played last time, and I didn't notice any issues. But I am playing on like last gen graphics card, I guess, because it's a most recent cards might have more issues, I suppose. Yeah, it seems so. It seems so. Work's been crazy. Went for birthday last week. Well, I hope the birthday was nice. And you're going away for your birthday. That's nice too. The Lake District. I do like the Lake District. It's
Welcome to Mast. If you have an appointment, you may proceed inside.
Is this where I need to go? I do have an appointment. Guess. Go. Why is it pointing me down here when that's not the mission? I have a feeling it's telling me to go to the wrong place. And I need to exit this. What is Mast again? Uh-oh. Oh, ow. Let's just have a walk around. Let's see. This is embassies. Now, I'm pretty sure my crate that I picked. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong button. My character. Think. Ship, missions, inventory. Is there no way to actually look at my character? There must be a way to look at my character, right? Are you telling me there isn't a way to look at my character? It's not going to be in the star map, I can tell you that. This is not going to give me information. Inventory. Nope. Well, okay. And apparently activities don't count because we completed an activity and it didn't matter. I'm gonna have to search. Why is it so hard? Why can I not find? I don't understand why you can't just open like your character and see what you picked. I'm pretty sure I picked Wanted, Enlightened, and I have a really nice house. But I don't actually... Is it F1? Save, load, help, settings, photo mode, return to game. No. Status? Right, there we go. It's under a button. Okay, right. I am... How did I miss that for so long? I'm so sorry to the one person watching. Crime... Locks picked, blah, blah, blah. Crafting, combat, right. Character. You own a luxurious, customizable house on a peaceful planet. Unfortunately, it comes with a 125,000 credit mortgage. Well, at least I know where to find that again. Okay, well, that's just me being silly. Let's have a look around. That's that building. I like the bins. It's a weird thing to comment on, but I like the way the bins look.
Sergeant, hi. How you doing? Keep it moving.
Oh. Person just gave me a random thing, although that is actually what I was looking for. So... we can now follow this quest. Is it going to take me to exactly where I was? Yes, it is. Okay, it was going to take me to the exact same place. Why it said... Why that... Well, literally, I just spoke to that guard and it just gave me the activity. Why is that a thing?
You didn't hear this from me, but those ecliptic mercenaries? The factions use them sometimes. Freestar Collective and UC both. It's why they give them a wide berth. Ask me, those murdering assholes should be blasted into space dust.
Thank you for that random but very specific opinion to a stranger.
Hey there. You're out there a lot, right? In space? Just do us all a favor and never turn into one of those spacers. Scum of the galaxy. Robbing, stealing, killing. Even the Crimson Fleet don't trust them.
Okay, I'll do my best to not be a spacer. Now, the problem is... why? Like, it didn't give me a little icon for which floor I needed. Oh, it wasn't pointing even into the building. It was pointing down here. It was pointing to the net.
Perfect for you. Maybe, but I'm not ready to stop dating just yet.
Okay, but I wouldn't drag my feet. It's not like she'll be single forever.
She's so not happy with me. She's not happy with me listening into the conversation. Oh my god, she's really not happy.
Firelight is doing some really exciting things with holograms.
Are you?
Incredible.
Huh.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for some of their new products, and I gotta say, I'm hyped.
So, how are you? Everything good?
But she's hyped. She's hanging in there, but she's hyped. About a new product. New Atlantis officer needed. Okay. You're Sergeant Yumi.
Well, hello. You hear about the job by any chance? The officer over there can help you with any bounty issues. Part-time security officer. The position's very flexible. You can basically work whenever you're available. No pressure. We've had some gaps in the schedule lately. Macy's out on maternity leave, Jose's on loan to Sidonia. When it rains, it pours type of situation. So really, we just need someone to fill the void. Interested?
Sure.
Well, first
I have a
things
feeling
first,
that it'll
I
still
have
give
to
us
ask,
access to secure locations.
do you have any security experience at all? It sure counts for something. I mean, you're alive. And resilience is definitely an important trait for any officer. Well, I think I've heard all I need. Your first assignment couldn't be easier. Go to Mast and check in with Agent Plato at Aegis. There was a package left at a dead drop, and they need UC security to handle it. He'll fill you in on the details. You know, MAST, the Military, Administrative, and Scientific Triumvirate. Giant building in the center of the city? Headquarters of the entire United Colonies? I really should have given you a more thorough interview.
Military... What was it? Military Administrative Strategic Triumvirate or something?
You know,
Scientific
MAST,
Triumvirate. Okay.
The Military, Administrative, and Scientific Triumvirate. Giant building in the center of the city? Headquarters of the entire United Colonies? Aegis? They're basically UC intelligence. They help identify threats to New Atlantis before they become problems. While we're separate departments, there are times we need to rely on each other, so it's important to keep a good working relationship. We do Agent Plato this favor, and maybe he'll toss us some intel when an investigation stalled. Tit for tat. You know how it works.
Do I know tit? Do I know tat? He's assuming a lot here.
Well, just because you're bringing it here doesn't mean that's where it'll end up. As for why, you can ask Aegis. As far as I'm concerned, it's none of my business.
Should I ask about this?
Yeah, we all got friends who need things. But we've also got rules and regulations, and I'm not going to bend them. Your friend can file a request like everyone else.
Okay.
Let me know if you have any questions.
If you'll excuse me. No soliciting. Do I need to call security?
Okay, I'm leaving. I am not soliciting. We need to get back to the transit because we've got to go back to MAST, the Military Administrative Scientific Triumvirate. Great. I'm so thirsty. There's a lift over here, right? Aegis. Aegis is on this side. I'm gonna say, I take it if I walk down here, I'm gonna get a big no. This is clearly not the only part of that room. There's clearly gonna be more places to go. Ooh, hydrate. Thank you. But I am super thirsty. I've been working outside today, doing some painting, and it is very very hot today. Well, it's been very hot this week.
Defense Research has about a dozen active contracts right now. We'll see which ones pan out.
The security of the United Colonies is every citizen's responsibility, but we try and do the bulk of the work.
This person gave me some interesting information, like to basically a stranger. That is basically modern corporate art. Like basically that I can definitely see that existing.
Something. If you are, it means you've seen far too much. The fewer people there are thinking about Aegis on a daily basis, the easier my job is. No, my parents would never have been so presumptuous. Every agent who joins Aegis gets to choose a pseudonym, pending approval, of course. I chose this for myself when I signed on. I have, of course, since learned that I am not nearly as smart as I thought I was as a younger man. I suppose none of us are. All you really need to know is that we're here to serve, and we're the good guys. Our main priority is the safety and security of the citizens and assets of the United Colonies, wherever they may be. We keep an eye on, well, everything.
Bet you do. I have to say this. Any agency that feels the need to point out they're the good guys usually aren't.
Well, you're certainly entitled to that opinion, and there are plenty of others who share it. We'll be looking out for you just the same.
Subtle threat. Just the same. And now,
I'm the acting head of Aegis, the intelligence division here in Mast. I oversee all our active projects and agents in the field, and I'm afraid that's about as much detail as I can give you.
Okay. You literally the top of the thing, and you're just sitting at a desk that's accessible to anyone that comes in. I suppose there is a thing that you have to go through. But I didn't downstairs. I literally walked in, got in the elevator, and picked this floor.
Ah, right. You're Sergeant Yumi's recruit. You're taller than I expected. Statistical average, psychological tendencies, a sergeant's need to tower over his subordinates. But really, it was just a joke. I meant nothing by it. In any case, let me fill you in. We have a dead drop that we think has been compromised. So I'd like someone from UC Security to handle the pickup instead. Take the package back to Sergeant Yumi, and he'll check it in as evidence before it gets routed back to Aegis.
Okay, well, if I might be able to get it checked in as evidence and also gain access to the other package I need.
Well, I told the sergeant that anyone hired for this job should get my stamp of approval first. Nothing personal. It's just this sort of work isn't part of your normal detail. We think non-UC affiliated groups have their eye on it, and are using it to identify field agents. Normally, we just burn the location, but we didn't get this intel until after the drop. So we're going to need non-Aegis personnel to do the pickup to cover our tracks.
Alright, so basically, I'm a decoy.
Take the Nat to the spaceport. There should be a Galbank ATM right next to the station. The package is taped under one of the benches. Grab it and deliver it to Sergeant Yumi and the job's done.
And then I'm going to be a target. I can see it coming.
You really should know better than to ask for classified intel. What is this, your first day on the job? Don't worry, I'm just giving you a hard time. I still can't tell you what's in the package, though. Good luck with the mission.
Thank you. You don't need to stand to see me out. Oh, the person that was here has left. Is this a... Oh, let me get all the intel. That does not look like a comfortable keyboard either. And they're still using QWERTY. Protein bar. Alright, so we're gonna pick up this package, go hopefully into the secure section of the police station, or the security station, I should say. And then hopefully that will give us access to the other package that we need for our bartender friend. Oh, okay. Under one of the benches, right? Is that what it was saying? Let's check the mission. What was it actually saying?
Are you going to arrest me?
Don't get me wrong, it's not
Okay, so it is over here. Ah. I should have seen that. Or did that only just appear when I... No, it was there the whole time. How did I not see that? We will change back to deliver the package. Hey Diana, welcome to the stream. How are you?
I had a friend. He caught some weird alien virus. Wound up in the clinic for months.
Don't mind me. I'm just listening to your conversation.
How's you? Still have questions? Go ahead and ask. Nicely done. It's really hard to find good help these days. That being said, my luck seems to be turning around. We've gotten a lot of new personnel as of late, not just you. Who knew all I had to do was put up a sign?
I could just be like, whatever, just give me my credits. But I do think I should give him the advice that he shouldn't just recruit people off the street. You're shopping and lurking. What are you shopping for? If I may ask. Presents for your favorite sandwich-based streamer?
Well, I have you now, so I probably won't hire another person for a while. Anyway, here's your payment. And if I have any more work for you, I'll let you know.
Wait. I wonder if I can walk back here.
You see that scientist out in front of Mast? Staring at trees, sounds upset. Whatever it is, it can't be that bad, right?
Ooh, I'm going to talk to the scientist about the tree, but thanks for the random quest.
Everything good? We're here to help.
Nobody's stopping me from just walking into the lock. Oh, I suppose I actually do belong here. Like, I now work for these people. Ah.
Do not bother me. I desire no company. Leave. I am a prisoner, trapped by a weak people who do not kill their enemies when they should.
Hmm.
The Great Serpent called me to fight the unbelievers in the United
it's one
Colonies.
of those.
But
Hey,
I was
Richard.
ambushed, and my ship disabled. Now, I am here.
I kind of missed what she
The
said.
Great Serpent called me to fight the unbelievers in the
Okay, no,
United
she was ambushed and
Colonies.
ship disabled, and now she's here. Okay. Gotcha. Food for the meows makes sense. Meows do need a lot of food. Soda jams, just FYI. If anyone ever needs to shop for me, just get me some food.
Wanted me to be a doctor. A doctor. Mothers, am I right?
Hmm. Is that like a paperweight thing? Because that's kind of cool.
I know your type. The freewheeling space ace. Must be nice.
What rich parents do for you. Alright, why is there a football as a security camera? That's the only person in here. Okay.
Yeah?
There's no other area here. I was told there was a secure... Set that comfortable, I know. I don't think it's gonna be in here because this is a locker
Got a
room,
call
right?
someone's power kept going out. Know what it was? A heat leech as long as my leg. Ugh.
I don't think it's gonna be in here. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Boom Pop Black Licorice. I would try that.
Having a good one?
Could you leave so I could take this security card? Please? Sorry, Richard, what was that in reply to? I am now employed. Oh, the football camera, right here. I am now employed by these people. I am a security guard. Football camera and all. I really need this guy to
joke. Say those Varun zealots worship a snake. But let me tell you, it ain't a snake. It's some kind of celestial being. They call it the Great Serpent. Is it real? Hell if I know. But they think it is, and that makes them dangerous.
Really want that key card, but he's still gonna stand there. That would be. I think he would know something is up though if I start spray painting him. Just a hunch.
I'm really rather busy.
So let's actually check. What do I? Oh, I've got tissues. I forgot to pick those up. I was like, I need those for later, and then later never came. All right. Has he gone now? He was originally here.
Always good to see another badge.
Literally not wearing a badge. Let me go.
If it isn't my
favorite part-time security officer. Like anyone real would ever say that. Alright, what have I got selected? Talk to the scientist by the tree. Nah, I'm alright. I'm gonna speak to the bartender, see if becoming the security has helped.
Yes? What?
Good to see you.
I don't want to sound desperate, but any luck finding my cargo? Hey there, new guy. Good to see you again. Can I get you something?
It said updated for this quest. That's clearly wrong because I didn't do anything for this quest.
You know, I had a guy in here last week ranting that General Shao ought to send
I've heard that
I'm usually all
before.
for letting folks speak their mind. Anybody stuck living in the... I'm obviously not expecting you or anyone to go in guns blazing and taking hostages or something. I'm not worried. I'm annoyed. Wait, are you saying I should be worried? No, of course not. It'll be fine. Totally fine. I trust you. I'm obviously not expecting you. Stop by anytime you'd like to.
Why did it update that if there was nothing to add? Let's go back in and see if I can pick up that security card now. I didn't see a way to actually get...
Crime has slowed down since you started helping out, which is good for morale.
literally been working for like an hour.
It's because they have little outposts everywhere. There were so many facilities abandoned after the colony war, the pirates used them as forward operating bases, all over the settled systems.
Saw your ship come in. Nice ride.
Still here. Like, yeah, apparently that is his sole purpose in life, is just to stare at that. Alright, push him.
Seems like the Crimson Fleet is everywhere these days, spreading like a virus through
Stop
the
talking to me and move.
They like to set up shop in old facilities, places abandoned in the colony war. That way, they can strike anywhere.
It's basically what the other lady said, but just with different words. Yeah, back up.
Something to report?
Nope. Nothing. I was gonna say, that's not a door. So where is their secure area? This is their building,
really
right?
In the middle of something.
If this shift doesn't end soon, my man is not gonna be happy.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. We have a security pass, so... Okay, right. Secure storage is over this way. We figured that out now.
Hey, this really isn't a good place for civilians to be hanging around. There's something I can help you with?
Like they're gonna ask that. How often does UC security clear out the impound storage?
Not really sure. Whenever they get through their backlog, I guess. There a reason you're asking? Oh, security impounded a ton of cargo and didn't have storage space for it all, so we're holding on to some of it until they can run inventory. So, you need something, or...?
Do I persuade them? Can I do it with my security card? Didn't have to persuade you at all, because I stole a security card.
There's something I can help you with?
He's just talking, he's talking to the ID machine. Is there something I can help you with? ID machine, like, I need an ID card. It's like, okay, here's an ID card. That was a terrible... That wasn't anything like his accent either. Lighting changes. Yeah, that's weird. Right, well, I did that, and I didn't have to persuade anyone to do anything they shouldn't do.
Watch for the engine blast, will you? They'll bowl you right over.
He's just literally gonna stand at the machine. Let me just hack this in front of you. Don't mind me. Easy peasy. Oh, I could have... I didn't even need the card. I could have just hacked the actual door control. It was novice level security as well. Well, if I use this now, what can I close it? Can't actually do anything here. It's just, it's open. Right, well, time to go. Let's go back, see our friend. Not even friend, just person that wanted their cargo, and I agreed to help because really I've got nothing better to do. I'm not role-playing, and you would have thought actually these people would have... You would have thought these people would have a hotel by now, or someone to stay. I was gonna say I'm not role-playing like an evil character that well if I'm then like, oh yeah, I'm gonna help you out get your cargo, like random side quest. Quite a cool logo.
Good to see you again. Can I get you something? Hey there, new guy. Hope life is treating you well. Let me know if I can get you anything.
Oh, no way. You really got it? I probably don't want to know what you did to get this, right? I mean, I want to know, but it's maybe better if I don't.
If you see security ask questions, you and I never met. I called in a favor. I didn't actually call in any favors. I literally just used a stolen ID card from UC security, which is probably definitely not legal, even though I am part-time.
I certainly hope not. This is a huge deal to me, but it's not worth either of us murdering over. Well, look, I can assure this will all be worth it in the end. Matter of fact, I'm going to let you have the first ever sample. On top of that, you get free drinks. Not like unlimited free drinks, but you want a little pick-me-up now and then?
Hey, unlock.
I need some time to work on what comes next. But this was the difficult part, I think. Really, thank you so much.
Well, that's what I'm here for. What'll it be?
What do they also say? So, aid. He's apparently... Is this the one she's talking about? I don't know. Like, I don't remember seeing the viewport original, but maybe it was that was already there. I don't need anything from here.
Catch you later.
Also, she said I could have some for
Ever been to
free.
Sidonia? My brother works there.
It's nice.
Never a dull day in the big city.
What do you recommend
There's
doing?
a huge tree in the embassy district, across from the mass station. Trust me, it may sound dumb, but I think everyone should see it at least once when they're in the city. It's so cool. Or maybe I just love trees.
It's a really big tree, and it's like, that's so cool. It's a big tree.
Oh, sure. There's always tons of travel into New Atlantis, so there's no shortage of people to meet. I love talking with the new people and hearing about their journeys. Not to mention, it's also nice and safe. Unlike my brother's job.
I get the sense that you're worried about your brother.
He's a Marine, and if that wasn't bad enough, he's stationed in Sidonia. He keeps telling me it's safe and how he loves his job, but I just worry about him so much. All I ever hear about Sidonia is how many people get hurt in accidents there. I just pray that he'll be okay.
I'm such a dick. I'm gonna be like, I'd be worried too.
Finally, someone understands. I guess I can only hope that Chris will come to his senses one day. But anyways, I apologize. I didn't mean to dump all of that onto you. I just had to get that all off my chest, I guess.
Okay.
See you.
Seeing all these drinks around is actually making me thirsty. Up.
Hope life is treating you well. Let me know if I can get you anything.
Will she now give me free stuff?
Well. Let me know if I can get you anything. You're in the right place.
If I want a classic, what does it do? I'm gonna say 1. He said something got added in the top right. Okay, let's have a look.
See you around.
Because I should have a free drinks, right? Did she just gave me a bottle? A bottle of wine and another drink. The way it sounded like it would be like every time you come in, I could like ask for 1 free drink or something. Apparently not. But I have got a lot more credits now, which is nice. I guess we should look into doing... What was that? Was that because of the drink? Did I drink? Did I accidentally drink? I must have drunk that. What was it called? I think I just accidentally drunk. Oh. How did I accidentally drink that? Where did I click on it? Oh well. Not a real problem, I guess.
Howdy.
Now, do we want to speak to the person by the tree? I think we should probably go to the lodge and like actually carry on our main quest. We've dicked around a little bit. Helped some random people, got some apple slices, got some free drinks.
I just think I need to go all in. I don't want to waste my time struggling to get to middle management.
You might want to rethink that.
Damn, that was cold. Maybe you're only worth middle management. They ain't gonna give you anything extra.
Captain, Constellation will be waiting for you at the lodge.
Alright. Oh, it's raining. These trees remind me a little bit of what I've seen in some of Morrowind. And I think there was also some when I did the was it Shoggorath or whatever his name is in that DLC in Oblivion. I think there was some like kind of crazy tree, sort of like alien looking trees. No, that was mushrooms. But these do have a kind of mushroomy sort of look to them. Yeah, Shivering Isles, that's the one. It's it has been a while since I played Oblivion, but I should have really remembered that.
Here we are, the lodge. The front door should unlock if you hold up the watch that Barrett gave you. I have messaged the other members of Constellation. They will be waiting for us inside. Captain Johnson, everyone will be in the library, just inside. If Barrett were here, he'd probably tell you that you're part of something bigger now, and he hopes you'll make this place your home.
Oh, please. It's completely ridiculous. Easiest bet I'll ever win.
You really think what I'm suggesting is so outlandish? All the phenomenon we see out in the stars, and what I'm saying is the most impossible theory?
You two keep going on like this, and I'm banning wagers. I'm serious.
We'll play nice. Just a little friendly conversation.
Hey. How you doing? Alpaca Pone. Welcome in.
We appear to have a visitor.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about. Would you care to tell us what happened to our friend? Why you're here and he isn't?
Oh, that would be such a dick thing.
Very well.
Tell me
This
first.
is a private organization dedicated to exploration. Space primarily, but also anomalies throughout the settled systems. It's inherently dangerous work, so if one of our own doesn't show up as planned, then we tend to have questions. Speaking of which, where is Barrett?
Going to lurk and pick up the house a bit. Want to say hi? No worries. Thank you for saying hi, and I hope the house is light so you can pick it all up easily.
Excuse me? I think you might have us confused with some cutthroat bounty hunters guild. Vasco, verify Barrett's location and status.
Currently, assisting the
I'm
miners
such a
on
dick.
Vectera. following a Crimson Fleet attack.
This is just typical. Barrett hands over our ship and our robot to some random employee of that discount mining outfit he uses.
Walter.
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols, I guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway to Neon.
But that didn't happen. He's here with the artifact.
Thank you, Matteo. Now, let's focus on what's in front of us, shall we? What happened when it was extracted? Did anyone see anything? Hear anything?
I'm just gonna keep not answering her questions. It's gonna be really annoying for her. To be honest, I'm not far enough into the game to really know how I feel. I mean, I'm enjoying the setting and sort of walking around and sort of like speaking to the random NPCs and, you know, that side of things. But I'm only like, this is what, the second mission in the main quest, so it's too early for me to say. It's fine so far. It feels like a Bethesda game.
Is there something wrong?
So, so far it's alright. It's not blowing me away yet. But then I haven't got into the spaceship building. Haven't really gone out into space on my own to just go around. So I'm sure there'll be plenty other things and random quests to do that become big adventures. So I haven't done those yet, so I'm reserving judgment, but it's alright. It just hasn't blown me away yet. But it does feel like a Bethesda game, so that's perfectly fine. Yeah, I'm nowhere near that number. I'm not 12 hours
Have
in
I
yet.
lost your attention?
Yeah, you have. I'm replying to my Twitch chat, Sarah. Please.
We think it's anyone else who pulls one out of the rock for the first time. Why? We're not sure yet. So if you wouldn't mind adding another data point. Interesting. Similar to Barrett's description of the experience, with less embellishment.
There. Are you hearing this? Do you all believe me now?
Whether it happened or not wasn't in doubt. But honestly, Country, if you expect us to believe in fairy tales...
If this is the greatest mystery in the universe, why part of the ultimate mystery?
But gentlemen, can we please focus? Noelle, I think it's time we tested your theory.
Right. Let's see. We know the artifacts react to each other. The pieces we already have move when they're in close contact. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have...
The artifact. If you could place it on the table here.
So they move and they're next to each other, I guess.
That's it. Just like the others.
And to imagine, we thought there were only two of them at first.
Clearly a
Oh my
circle.
God, that's it. They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together. That energy that's arcing between them, no manufactured material in the settled systems can do that. None of them. This proves
Easy, girl. Breathe. You'll have a heart attack.
She's not the only one. If they're coming together, that means there's a set.
Built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
Still 2,000 credits for our little wager, Country?
You're on, Walter.
Well, if we had all the answers, it wouldn't be exciting, now would it?
Not to take away from the moment, but what are we going to do about our new friend here?
So, are you ready to get to work? See if exploration is the life you want to lead in this little universe of ours?
Bethesda gonna Bethesda? Absolutely. It does feel... there was one article I saw, I didn't read, but the title was basically Bethesda... Like, Starfield just is another Bethesda game with a new skin. It's not that different from, like, Fallout or Elder Scrolls. It's just kind of the same formula with a different skin, and I can kind of see that, but also that seems to work very well for them, so kind of I'm not going to tell them to do something else. You think you prefer listening to me over the backer in line next to where I was checking out? Jerk was talking about dark things. May I get a safer stream sample of what sort of things they were talking about? I didn't realize you were actually physically shopping. I thought you were shopping, like, online shopping. And that is rude. You poke catched and it didn't catch. Did catch the floof. Nice. Not safe for stream. Oh. Oh no. That's very dark.
Have I lost your attention?
Yes, I'm talking to stream, Sarah. God.
Individually, they're just odd hunks of metal. Another oddity from the uncharted reaches of space. As to what they are, what they're building, well, you'll be part of solving that puzzle now. We're all here because we're committed to exploring space. Humanity may have settled the stars, but that doesn't mean we should stop diving into the unknown. Beyond that, you'll be expected to use your own judgment, just like the rest of us.
Oh, I'm in. I want to progress the main quest.
Introduce yourself to everyone. Some of our members aren't here, but you'll meet them soon. Come find me when you're ready. You and I are going to be doing some traveling together. Get your feet wet. And here, I think you've earned something for bringing the artifact to us. In addition to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with some boost capability? You'll need it out in the field anyway. Just mind your head.
Could you imagine they put the backpack on and you just go straight into like into the ceiling, knock yourself out. Just unlock 2 achievements. Level 5 and joining Constellation.
I hope Barrett makes it back to us. I know he gets into trouble all the time, and everyone just sort of accepts he'll be fine, but still. That was intense, wasn't it? The artifacts, I mean. Sorry, this must all be a little overwhelming for you right now. I guess a lot overwhelming, now that I think about it. I'm Noelle. It's really nice to meet you. And thank you for bringing the artifact to us. Well, Constellation's been around forever, more than 50 years now. But we only became aware of the artifacts recently. Barrett discovered the first one about 2 years ago, right under our noses. And he was the one who got this all in motion. It's a shame he isn't here to see this.
The vision I saw, what do you think that was?
Oh, right, that. If we're approaching this rationally, I suppose we'd call them visual and auditory hallucinations. What you perceived as lights and music could be overloaded neural input, your brain's attempt to make sense of something. An energy surge, some other phenomenon. He did. At the time, well, it's Barrett. We weren't sure if he was kidding around. Clearly, he wasn't.
But Barrett could have just paid me to come back with the artifact and say that I had the same thing. But I mean, it is doing the lights and dance show, so that's obviously not the case. Because they're dancing, the metal pieces are dancing. But still, you DM'd me. Oh, okay. I'll probably check that out after stream. Because it's not like I need to know right now. I was curious. Right.
Everything all right?
Let's go with this one? Whatever I saw and heard, it wasn't coming from me.
Unfortunately, that's what a lot of people report in these situations. I'm not saying you didn't really see anything, just that it's really hard to determine after the fact. That's okay. Now that this has happened to both you and Barrett, we can know to maybe expect it in the future. Be a little more prepared. We're all in this together now, right?
What's the other types of exploration work?
Of course. There's plenty of planets out there that no one has ever set foot on, and everything we learn about them is valuable. We have a board where we post anything specific we're looking for. A type of alien flora or fauna, or a planet with a specific quality, like if it's primed to have life but doesn't yet.
Okay, right, there's a constellation mission board.
Oh gosh, no, I mean that's flattering, but really, we're making this up as we go. Until you arrived, we only had the two, and the vaguest sense that there was something more at work. There's still so much we don't know, and that means a lot of work ahead of us.
Okay, and let me know how I can help you learn more.
Well, right now nothing's off the table. Metallurgical analysis, chemical composition, I'm looking at everything. One thing I'm really trying to improve is my overall database of xenobiology. I don't know if it will help in this case, but the more we know about, well, everything, the better off we are, right? Speaking of, if you're going to be out there looking for more artifacts, you're bound to come across some interesting specimens. Anything organic, I'd be happy to take it off your hands.
Found a terramorph. Would you like a terramorph? I know where to get one of those.
There's a galaxy chock full of resources. The more data I have, the more thorough an analysis I can do. And if it sweetens the deal, I can pay. Pretty well, too. Walter's pockets may not be bottomless, but they are pretty deep. Okay, let's take a look.
Oh, that's jumping straight in. I've got some organic matter for you.
Planning on sticking around then? Good. I think we can find a spot for you. And along the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour. Right. So you've seen the library, obviously. Walter's quite proud of the collection, but Mateo has made more than a few contributions. Gardens are out the doors there, if you need a moment of quiet contemplation. Emphasis on the quiet part, at least usually. Let's head upstairs. Sebastian Banks, Constellation's founder, had this place built decades ago. It was a big to-do at the time, but most people in the city have forgotten we're here.
I am at your service, Captain.
There's Neil Armstrong, right?
So this is the bar. Usually no tender, so help yourself, within reason, of course. Now let's see about that room. You're in luck. We were almost at max occupancy already, but there's still one room up for grabs. It's been nice having the place so full.
That is an interesting and vicious looking creature.
Okay, this'll be you. Common room on one side, so that'll be quiet, and Mateo on the other side, so maybe a little less quiet. I'm sure Sarah has something planned for each of us, so I'd better get back to it. Don't want to keep her waiting too long. Enjoy!
Okay, so I have a room. Oh. So they just moved the watch case into my room? How would they know that I got given the watch? Well, I guess they knew, but still, it's kind of weird that they gave me the case. But I don't actually need to carry that with me. I don't think I got my key bindings set. No. There must be a way to like pick it up without picking it up. I remember in Oblivion I had to set that. Is it just E? Yeah, I think it's just E. There's a lot of keys that I will. It'll take a long time to actually learn. Right, where's that? Is it hold E? Yes, it's hold E. That's fine where it was. I'm gonna sit on the couch. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back. It does have controller support. Yes, yeah. I know Goofin Tom is playing with a controller. I will be just sitting here relaxing, and I'll be right here. Oh, what? Wait, what? I'll be right here. I'll be right back. I'll just be waiting here, is what I meant to say. I'm too hot. Too tired. I am back. And I know what you mean, actually, about the screen prompts. But there is screen prompts here. Like, it's telling me B to wait. And it's like, if I'm buy something to pick up, and I can say, it says E. So, it's not too bad. It should say, like, hold E. I don't know. It doesn't say anywhere that you need to hold a button for that. Can we just jump? Yep, that's one shortcut. Let's talk to these two.
Everyone here is worth learning from. Yes, even the kid. Well, I suppose calling you a rock breaker may have been a bit out of line. I am sorry I besmirched your chosen profession and made assumptions about your character. My frustrations lie more with Barrett, not the first time his shenanigans have jeopardized one of our ventures. Not fair of me to take it out on you, especially since it would seem he made the right call this time. So, let's start over, shall we? Walter Stroud, CEO of Stroud Eklund, member of Constellation, and oft-times grumpy old man. Welcome aboard.
Oh, shall I tell him to watch the grumpiness in...
Now, I've apologized. It's on you to accept and forgive.
Oh.
I'm sure we'll argue again. That's what relationships are. Breakage and repair. By the way, in addition to a place to stay, the Lodge has a wealth of modification and research equipment. Spacesuit customization, pharmaceutical manufacturing, testing alien substances, the whole thing. You can even fashion industrial pieces for large-scale projects, if you don't mind extracting a few raw resources from a nearby planet, that is. I'm a fan of self-reliance, so I encourage you to make use of the tools we have to build what you need.
Let's find out about the company. What kind of company is Stroud Eklund?
We're most well known for ship manufacture. No expense spared. If you want the best and can afford it, you choose Stroud Eklund. Unfortunately, our success means you'll sometimes see Stroud Eklund ship modules on less than reputable vessels. They covet them. The bastards. I've tried to convince the United Colonies we can help in that regard, but they're married to Deimos Star Yards, and those old salts are stuck in the glory days.
We've got the 10th flooring down. I'll send you a pic of the current status. Yes, there must be a floof tax into the Discord server.
Constellation living up to your expectations.
I do have other things that require my attention, you know.
Never regretted the decision.
Up until very recently, I'd likely have dismissed it as, I don't know, hallucinations. But now, I'm not sure what to think. I don't suppose you have a history of this sort of thing, do you?
I'd have no idea that any of this was going on.
Well, clearly the sarcasm center of your brain is intact.
Yep.
I'm no scientist. I leave that to the likes of Barrett and young Noel there. But I think we can all agree there's something unusual going on here. Frankly, this is the most exciting thing that's happened in years. Me? Why, I'm the wallet. Someone has to fund all this, and all my success in business doesn't mean much if I can't put it to good use. I don't pretend to have the daring of Ms. Morgan, or the smarts of young Mateo, but I can make sure that they have the resources they need. And, as you've now seen, those resources aren't being wasted. We're onto something big here.
Oh. My confusion. I thought there was a floof that was on the temp flooring, and that you were going to say, I'm very tired, and a little bit stupid.
We can't always continue this some other time.
But also, there should be a floof tax paid to the Discord, just, you know, anyway.
Funny thing about companies, you build one sturdy enough, it doesn't need you there all the time to prop it up. Stroud Eklund functions quite well on a day-to-day basis, leaving me time to devote to more esoteric pursuits. For years, I was captivated by the writings of Constellation's founder, Sebastian Banks. I finally decided to do something more than admire from a distance, and so now I call the Lodge home as much as anywhere else.
That's cool. Let's speak to Matteo.
This is all exciting, but there's really a lot of pressure on us, isn't there? We have to get this right. Are you doing okay? I'm not sure anyone really asked yet. Don't want you to think we're focused on the artifacts and nothing else. You matter too. You've done something really significant bringing that artifact here. I'm Matteo, theological scholar by trade, but now, well, an explorer like you. It's really good to have you with us. Well, there was some overlap in interests. I'd spent years searching for religious relics from human history. I had made a really incredible discovery, only to lose it to a greedy corporation. So I tried to steal it back. In the process, I met Walter. Turned out he owned the corporation. After a long talk, we realized we had a lot in common, and I was invited to join Constellation. I'm not gonna lie, I really wish I could have seen this for myself. It's hard to judge otherwise. Both you and Barrett saw something. I don't think that's a coincidence. Did it feel like it was trying to tell you something? I don't want to necessarily use the words divine revelation, but, you know, if the label fits. Okay, that's all right. Maybe you weren't supposed to. Maybe it'll make sense later. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We just need more data, which means more artifacts.
And lastly, these artifacts all came out of caves?
Second one was on Kazal, buried, the same as the one you found. But the first one, right under our noses for years, sitting in storage, masquerading as an oversized paperweight. Can you imagine potentially the greatest discovery in human history collecting dust? Take care of yourself.
Alright, so we've spoken to these two.
I've occasionally had my doubts about Constellation as an investment. But now, well, it's clearly money well spent.
It's a shame you can't go up the ladders. I'm gonna have a look in the garden, and then we're gonna talk to Sarah here. Sandwich. How could they leave a sandwich all alone out here in a dangerous garden? That's a really interesting looking bit of plant.
So, are you ready to get to work? Or was there something else?
Oh, let's find out. What do you know about the artifacts?
Not much, but you've seen them for yourself. It doesn't take a lot to realize we're dealing with something extraordinary. Just what that is, we'll have to figure out. It's what we do.
How well known is Constellation? They must be fairly well
I don't
known.
know what you've heard, but I can imagine. First of all, I think you can dismiss any stories about us no longer existing. I don't believe in smearing our name everywhere we can. Exploring the universe, charting the unknown, that's what counts. Besides, having a little mystery gives us room to maneuver. A fixed reputation could fence us in a lot of ways.
The Crimson Fleet knew what we were. Like, they were like after us. They recognized the ship.
We're explorers. Humanity has always hunted for knowledge in the unknown. We just take that a little more seriously than others. We were founded decades ago by a man named Sebastian Banks. He wanted a small group of people from all corners of the settled systems dedicated to the biggest question of all. What's out there? These artifacts could be everything we've been looking for. Another great secret the universe is asking us to unravel.
Let's go.
We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually, but a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising.
Other people have artifacts?
We have to assume that we're not the only ones to have stumbled into this mystery. But most people aren't going into space looking for the unknown. They're looking for places to settle, resources to extract, territory to defend. An odd-looking rock or a single strange hunk of metal wouldn't mean much to them. That's why Constellation exists, in a way, to put pieces like this together.
UC Vanguard?
A volunteer force that helps defend the edges of United Colonies space. They're always looking for recruits. Lots of retired veterans and dangerous professionals mixed in with part-timers who barely have a laser cannon welded to a hull. My contact is in the recruiting office, so he hears a lot about what the volunteers are up to.
Legwork never pays off quite the way you expect.
You've done this before, eh? Wise words. If we watch each other's backs, we'll be fine. But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us. I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Okay, so Sarah's going to be locked as our follower if we continue. Let's see. Does Constellation have a salary? That's a good question.
You mean besides the ship, the robot, and a place to stay all rent-free? We do have some funds we can disperse from time to time. Not to mention, I think we can get you a proper suit. We're explorers. We keep a lot of equipment on hand for that purpose. So the more you work with us, the more we can share what we have. We'll need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation is their own conscience. Understood?
Hey, Pocky, hello. Welcome. Jam says hi too. What do you mean? You don't care if I steal as long as I don't get caught?
I mean, Constellation has a roster of members who haven't always been on the right side of their respective society. We're risk takers. Some of us have seen the inside of a jail cell more than once. If you join us, it means you're committed to our mission. In exchange, we give you latitude in your choice of means.
An organization should have rules. I understand.
Good. Let's take a little stroll through New Atlantis, shall we?
I wouldn't want them to implement new rules just for me. Also, I think I need to level up. I've got 4 skill points. More health would be good. I can improve my pickpocketing. Commerce might be nice. I would be able to buy for 5% less and sell for 10% more. Ooh, persuasion. I like persuasion. Let's do that. Right, so need to pickpocket 5 times. Be able to do that. Need to hack 1 more lock and then I can upgrade my security. You talked about getting me a boost pack, but I guess I have to take a boost pack, like as a perk, like a skill. That would be nice as well, actually. I'm not going to use the other 2 skill points just yet. I can visit my dream home. I can do something else quest-wise. What was that? Dream home. Need to speak to them about my mortgage. Let's talk to the contact, shall we? What did she say? In the Mars building, isn't it? It's over here. How have you been, Pocky? What have you been up to? Hydrate. Thank you for the hydrate. Maybe that'll make my brain work better and not get confused. Do some homeworks. Ooh. What was the subject?
Sarah, good to see you. Who's your friend?
Hopefully Constellation's newest member. Thought I'd run through some legwork together.
Another space explorer. Hey, you ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, earn some credits, even get your UC citizenship?
Maybe later. Let's talk about the Constellation business.
All right. Can't blame me for trying, right? I mean, I still haven't given up on getting Sarah to re-enlist.
It's a game we play. He asks, I say no.
Here's what I got for you two. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moira. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system? Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me.
Wait, what's wrong with the Sol system?
You kidding? Lowest posting request rate in the whole fleet. Only thing there the UC cares about is Mars. And no one wants to go to Mars. They want to get off Mars.
And yet, oh, it was maths. I'm not a fan of maths either. But I think that's just because when I was growing up, like maths was taught to me in a particular way that just didn't. Maybe like one, I just don't think my brain suits it. But two, I think I wasn't taught in a way, like a method, the methods that work best for me, and I've since found that there's other ways of doing some of the things that I learned. So it's always just been a bit of a I think something causes me anxiety, so I just like don't do that, and therefore don't get any better at it. And sleep will be good. I plan to sleep soon. Don't worry about that. Just sorry I got confused about what you were saying. Who's this Moara?
Oh, he goes way back. Think he was recruit number 81 or something.
They didn't actually tell me anything other than he's been a long time recruit. If he's on patrol, he could be putting our item at risk.
What? Nah. Sol system is as quiet as a coffin. It'll be fine.
That means it's not going to be fine.
I'm sure you two can handle it. Sol system is a lot of planets, but a vet like Moira will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols.
A packer can attest. Just two confused beans. Alright, did he say where he found this ornament of his?
You'll have to ask him. But Vanguard volunteers have retrieval rights if they get into a scrap. Wouldn't be surprised if he found it off of a pirate or something like that.
What can you tell me about Sidonia?
Yeah, bring a coloring book. You get so used to seeing red, you'll forget what blues and greens look like.
Okay, it's a red planet. Sidonia must be on Mars, right? It's a 5-year course. Five years is longer than most degrees. We're off to Sidonia then. Thank you for your help. Yeah, let's go with that one.
Anything for Sarah. UC always takes care of its own. Even the prodigal children.
Oh, brother.
I'm serious about that recruitment offer, by the way. You just come talk to me when you're ready. UC is a good friend to have.
I like the voice. I like John's voice. He's got a really soothing voice. Right.
Been a long time since I've been to Mars. Sol system doesn't get a lot of traffic.
You mind if I ask you some personal questions?
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
What do you consider your areas of expertise?
You mean apart from being the chair of Constellation for the past 5 years?
That's not
I pride
area
myself
of
with
expertise.
my aptitude for astrodynamics, calculating optimal trajectories for grav jumping. That's been quite useful in the past. And as far as planetary exploration, my area of expertise is botany. So don't worry, I won't let you eat anything that might put you in the hospital.
What do you do for fun besides exploring?
Exploration is my entire life. I consider it both a career and recreation. That being said,
boring.
I will make a confession, but you have to promise to keep it between us. Before I graduated from school, I was in a band. And no, I don't mean the school band. I mean a rock band. We called ourselves Ironic Comet. A ridiculous name, I know. But we were just a bunch of teenagers getting together and having fun. And before you ask, no, I wasn't the lead singer. I actually played the drums. The band never really went anywhere, of course, but those were good times, and I remember them fondly.
I don't really think it's fair to ask her about her religious beliefs at this stage. Like, I don't think I really care, like, what she believes about that. So let's say that's all for now.
Oh, okay then.
Let's exit
Bye-bye.
this. Let's go down.
By the way, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Apparently, he's got some work.
Oh, I need to speak to Yumi. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm going off planet. I mean,
I've flown across most of the settled systems in all manners of spacecraft, and yet I still get sick on the gnat.
I was just gonna say before Sarah started talking, I was going to say that I talk a lot of nonsense as well. So, and like, OddSandwich is a good place to be if you like talking nonsense. So, explains why we see you here often.
It's beautiful, isn't it? I wonder what the artist was trying to represent.
You've got the point there.
You have a nice day now.
Security scanners, chemical sniffers. The United Colonies sure isn't taking any chances.
That's the second Pokemon you haven't caught, I think. From the two that you tried to.
Should I warm up the engines?
Ooh, groceries. Lucky luck, no worries.
know the drill, Vasco. Protocol Indigo means no deviations, no distractions, no dalliances, in short, no fun. Unless, as strictly defined by Sarah, said deviations, distractions, and dalliances are completely necessary in getting this fine vessel, the Discovery-class Starship Frontier, back home in one piece. I guess I'm still technically borrowing it from Constellation, even if I have no intention of actually giving it back.
Right, in my inventory, I have some plants. Nobody's gonna want to sleep here, right? I like that. Status tired. I will be collecting more of them, don't you worry. That bed is a succulent bed. I am a succulent daddy. Right. This is gonna be the this is gonna be the sandwich bar. So we need to get our sandwiches. It's jam, by the way. It's jam. I know everyone's used to ham mostly streaming now, but it is jam, yeah. I actually do, although I've been a very bad plant owner, I really haven't looked after the succulents I have in real life. I need to actually look after them. No, my sandwich bonked the sandwich bar and fell on the floor. Nobody saw that. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Bonk. The first sandwich of the collection. Alright, we are going to sit and we're going to take off. And away we go. So, phasers are left. Ballistics are right. Boost is left shift. I forget how I access that area. Okay, so Q lets us see the ship from the outside, which is cool. Let me remind myself in the spaceship what that is. Flight modes. Ship alternative hold. Ship alternate control hold. Left alt. Is it? Is it left alt or is it control maybe to change it? Okay, yeah. So that is normal left and right, or A and D, and this with alt allows me to move around to change gravity or engine or shield, etc. Alright, shall we get to the mission? We figure that out. Let's go. I've actually got to power up the drive, so...
This is United Colony Space. Maintain current course while we scan for contraband. And we're done. Enjoy Sidonia.
We should check out Earth while we're in the system. Before we leave, maybe. Alright, let's go to Sidonia. And land. That's true, actually. Like, I don't think about it often, but like, literally, it is just the first letter that separates our nicknames, and they are literally next to each other. Not just close together, but next to each other. Adjacent. We can exit the ship.
I wonder if the Broken Spear is still open. It's the only decent place in town to grab a drink.
She looks different with the helmet on. I gotta run. Run. Oh, gravity is low. Zoom. Probably doesn't help that I run like what? Wait. We're on Mars. She's in full space gear. I am not. That doesn't seem wise. That seems more like it. But how was I not just... to be honest, I run pretty in a weird way as well, actually.
Grab drive.
Suppose that would explain the brownouts. So, what's this going to run?
Building Sidonia completely underground was a clever way of keeping the city shielded from the harsh Martian landscape.
That person's basically just had their car checked and realized they need to have like a transmission changed. I don't understand how I'm alive. Like, and I would have thought it would auto-equip that. I guess you don't have to, but everyone...
Sidonia is an industrial town. The people there tend to be concise. Maybe another time.
Like, I just wanted to go outside again to probably show my point. Like, was I holding my breath or something? But everyone here. This person. This person with a laser. This person.
Sorry, we've got a backlog.
They're all wearing helmets and suits, and I was just running around not. Surely it should just not let you do that. Anyway, let's speak to the contact and...
Do your part to keep Sidonia graffiti-free.
What do you mean there's no work?
Yeah, do you have any idea how far we've traveled? How much money we
Crime's
spent
at an
to
all-time
hitch a ride
low
to
around
this dusty
Sidonia. Let's keep it.
Look at this place.
yeah, I'm a planet
I can't
born.
imagine being cramped down here, choking on the fumes and the dust. No trees, no grass. It's depressing.
I mean, sure, but...
The Lux condos aren't anything special.
Sorry, but I have to get back to work.
Come on,
Mining's
forget
fair
it. Let's
work.
get out of
You
here.
can't take it all so
Maybe
seriously.
it's not too late to
I
catch a
always
ride
tell
back
my
home.
mates. We're pulling rocks out of the ground, not building spaceships.
Screw this.
I know you were counting on that Sidonia hazard pay, but we'll find something else.
Yeah, I hope. I just can't make ends meet under the old rate.
Things can get pretty glum around here. If you ever need a little joy, go talk to that Renee kid. She's always trying to make people happy.
Speak for Renee. Okay. Random knife and blood on table that says sucks. Does the table suck? The person that wrote this word? This belongs to Jack, apparently. Maybe the blood does too, because there's blood in it now. Or is that just the drink?
Before you say anything, no. Mars is nothing like Earth. Heck, even Earth is nothing like what Earth used to be.
Right, let's talk to Jack.
Lenny,
But if I went blabbing them to any rando that walks into my bar, no one would ever tell me anything around here. You don't do this job for 45 years by losing your customers' trust. See? That's what I'm talking about. You give respect, you get respect.
I like this guy's voice actor as well. Those lines sounded like they were recorded in different rooms. But the lady to my left?
I spend way too much time inside. I think I should pick up a hobby that's outdoors.
Outdoors on Mars, where you're in a spacesuit. Doesn't seem that different.
Just gonna stand there with your mouth open?
I'm looking for a Vanguard named Moara.
He ain't been around. Went off on patrol. Hasn't been back in since. We're starting to think it might be time to pour one out to the blackest sea.
Yeah, they do all of them have their own lines for when you just stand there and don't say anything. Base isn't kind to the lost, he's in trouble or worse.
Sounds about right, yeah. Look, nothing more I'd love than to help out a fellow Martian. Especially one that's missing. But,
He has a tab, and you don't know if he's coming back.
it's a lot of credits, okay? I let it slide for a long time because he's a regular, but if I'm out all that money, I got problems. What do you say?
Oh. Skip to the part where you admit you're lying. Oh, I like Sarah's tone. Alpha, hey, it goes well. It goes okay. We're making a bit of progress. We're on the main quest at the moment. How about yourself? I'm gonna let Sarah take this one.
No, I've done this routine. Let's skip to the part where you admit you're lying about what he owes.
You calling me a liar? I'll throw both of you out of this bar right now.
Oh, please. Two strangers arrive from off-world asking for information only you have. You see an opportunity. Everyone always does. Lower the price. Don't think we can't find another way to get what we want.
Fine.
I could then try to persuade him that he could need help and I shouldn't put a price on that. Back to looking, no worries, enjoy your luck. Appreciate it. In Sea of Thieves or in another game? Alpha? I'm gonna try to persuade them to not pay any money.
Come on. Life on Sidonia ain't
Oh,
hard
CSGO.
enough.
Okay, yeah.
Guilt trip me.
I want you to imagine him out there alone. Here you are holding out for cash.
Don't try to guilt trip me, okay?
Every minute that passes, he could be in danger.
That's how the blackest sea works sometimes.
We could be the only ones who could find him.
And maybe he's not gonna get found. I'm out the cash either way.
Frozen? Apparently he blinked and the game crashed. blinked and the game crashed. That's really poetic as well, because he's like, and maybe he's not going to get found. Boom! No more game. You're not finding anyone. Alright. Close the program. We're rebooting the game. You get found. You get found. We all get found. Not today. Alright, I can tab back to this. I'm glad it auto-saved.
If you're going to use the elevators or stairs,
what do you mean there's no work?
try to keep them clean.
Yeah, do you have any idea how far we've traveled? How much money we spent to hitch a ride to this dusty red rock? We were told there were jobs.
Look, I get it. But we just filled our last openings. I think we have a couple contracts ending at the end of next month. It's possible they may not extend them.
This is bullshit. I got a wife and kids at home. We can't wait almost 2 months for a job that may not even exist then.
Hey, I get it. But there's nothing I can do. It's out of my hands. You can take it up with corporate if you want. Sorry, but I have to get back to work.
Come on, forget it. Let's get out of here. Maybe it's not too late to catch a ride back home.
Damn it! Yeah, you're right. Screw this.
I know you were counting on that Sidonia hazard pay, but we'll find something else.
What's interesting here is,
I just can't make
like, he's got a wife and kid,
I hear you.
and he's out working as a miner, like. Subterranean particle detonation.
To Mars, they said. The bay is great, they said. So's the crippling depression.
But, like, he's out traveling with this lady. You would think, I suppose, I can't judge, but you would think that you'd get a job closer to home, right? So you could spend more time with your family. But you take what work you can get. True now, and I'm sure it'll be true in like 300 years time.
Hey.
Let's go through what we did before, see if it crashes again.
Plenty. But if you don't do this job for... See? You ain't been around. Sounds about right, yeah. Look, nothing more I'd love than to help out a fellow...
He has a tab, and you don't know if he's coming back.
It's a lot of credits, okay? I let it slide for a long time because he's a regular, but if I'm out all that money, I got problems. What do you say?
No, I've done this routine.
You calling me a liar? I'll throw both of you out of this bar right now.
Oh, please. 2 strangers arrive from off-world asking for information only you have. You see an opportunity. Everyone always does. Lower the price. Don't think we can't find another way to get what we want.
Fine.
I'm gonna try to persuade him again.
Come on. Life on Sidonia ain't hard enough. You're gonna guilt trip me?
I know you're gonna tell me eventually. Why not save you some time and tell me now?
Is this really what we're doing?
I can't fail if the previous one succeeded. That's my understanding of the persuasion. So let's go for number 4. The +4 one here. There's the +6. Every minute that passes, he could be in danger. Also could be, maybe.
You're right.
Yeah.
Alright, I give up. Just trying to earn a living here. Last time he was here, Moira kept yelling about the Lady of Love. Singing songs. All that kind of thing.
Venus? That's only one planet. Hardly an entire patrol route.
I got what I got, okay?
Fine. We'll make do.
Oh, I accidentally pulled out my gun. How do I put my gun away? How do I put my gun away without accidentally shooting people?
Keep it simple and keep to yourself. And everyone will be happy.
Well, I'm glad I didn't pay 1,000 credits for Venus.
I swear
that was the information. Venus.
Found a clutch of heat leeches.
No point in hanging around here, although I'm sure there were some sandwiches that we could collect. Ship's over there. Can't see your own legs. Alright, let's go straight to the cockpit.
So I have time for a nap before we leave?
I mean, do you want a nap, Sarah? Because take a nap. That is our destination.
Hello, what do we have here? See that cluster of ships? Varun Zealots. You ever run into one? Completely devoted to a deity they call the Great Serpent, the devourer of the unbelievers. I'll let you guess what happens if they spot us.
I doubt they know where our vanguard is. Do you see Vanguard Moara's ship anywhere?
No other ship readings in the area. And I doubt they'd be so calm if a Vanguard had flown by recently.
Why are they out here near Venus?
No idea. They appear and attack people seemingly at random. House Varun technically has diplomatic ties to the other factions, but the Zealots are outside of their control. Or so they say.
I doubt they know where our vanguard is.
But I think I see something else that might. There's a UC satellite beacon hovering distressingly close to those Varun ships. If we can get close enough to it, we could download its logs and figure out where our vanguard was heading to next.
I mean, we could try to get to the beacon without being attacked, or we could just blast them out of the sky.
Exactly. Minimal ship power. Go slow. We grab the data on that satellite and jump away.
Optional. Use minimal power to avoid detection. Right, okay. Systems like weapons and shields are easier to detect. Maximum stealth powered on all systems except 1 or 2 bars in your engine. And stay as far away from enemy ships as you can. Okay. I'm not risking it. Gonna go slow, bro. We're gonna go slow. Get what we need and hopefully not get attacked. Although we could go and attack them anyway.
Serpent, bless this communion that we may walk in Janan Verun's footsteps. That he jumped from the soul system out into the beyond and touched your magnificence.
Oh my.
That he learned the truth of the shrouding, the coming eternal embrace. That you will reward the promised and cast the accursed into shadow.
Okay. So Varun was a person. Of interest, so where are they? Over there. Need to get to within 500 meters. I am currently over 4,000, so it's still a little bit away. Almost 3,500. I'm expecting we will hear more from them. Interesting that we could hear them as well. I'm guessing because they're multiple ships, they were like broadcasting on like open comms. That would explain why they're... Interesting, you see in the bottom right on the screen when certain thrusters activate depending on which like way I'm turning. The ships hopefully are not paying attention. We're nearly there. We go maybe closer to this rock here. Almost. Almost. There we go. Alright. Gonna hold R.
This is Vanguard Moira. To all UC-affiliated ships, I'm heading to the Nova Galactic Star Yard orbiting Earth's moon. Yeah, I know. The whole place is decommissioned. But I need parts for emergency repairs. Hopefully it hasn't been picked clean yet.
Oh, that's not good. Earth and everything around it was abandoned a long time ago, and the old star yards are crawling with spacers and other scavengers.
This is basically just getting us to tour our current solar system. Whee! And I like how it shows us on the map where we are when we jump in. This is Earth now, apparently. It's cold with thin CO2 atmosphere. I guess we've got to travel to Luna. Which is the moon.
There it is. Nova Galactic Star Yard, still orbiting Earth's moon. This is where the first interstellar ships were made. People still use their modules, even though their star yard hasn't been running in forever.
What happened to Earth anyway? Why did we leave it? Playing this would just make me want to play No Man's Skies VR at the moment. I would really like to play VR. I would expect VR for this will come in maybe like 2 or 3 years. Hey Kyle, thank you for the resub. 44 months, super appreciated. Thank you so much for being here, and welcome to the stream. I would like to mess around with VR. If I had a bit more money, I would definitely be trying that out.
It's all ancient history now, but the Earth lost its atmosphere. It started sputtering out into space. Humanity had about 50 years to evacuate the planet. That's kind of how the United Colonies government started, managing the exodus. Earth is more or less a dust ball now. You can occasionally find a few remnants of the world we left behind on the surface, but not much.
Forget about finding the artifact. I want to walk on the moon.
Well, if you want to take a little detour, I admit I wouldn't say no. Just remember, we need to find Vanguard Moira and that artifact when we're done.
Most star stations and ships can be docked with, allowing you to board them. You will need to select the ship in your HUD and then fly close enough to so that the dock prompt appears. VR also looks like it works really well for racing games, and I am a fan of racing games, so I would quite like to play like GT7 with VR, though that's its own system separate from like anything that you'd be using on PC. And I'd quite like to try like Assetto Corsa or you know, any of the other sort of more in-depth sim games with VR. I think that'd be really fun. With a racing wheel as well, actually, I should add. He put the headset on your stepfather for a racing game, and he was sweating during the game, cried after. He said it was so real or reminded him of his racing days. Yeah, I can see that. You definitely get more immersion from that, because you also can look to like the side. So like when you're overtaking or you're looking into it, it's much more natural. So I can see why that's been one of the big things that have taken off with VR. But anyway, let's carry on here. Okay, that's a bit too fast. Let's see if we can dock. Yeah, it's kind of like just the atmosphere in the ship, I guess, picking up like that it's moving, but not actually, It's quite nice. Like, there's not been a huge amount of, music so far. Occasionally it sort of kicks in.
2 steps in, and we're already looking at a corpse. Okay, it's not Vanguard Moara. Looks like spacers were scavenging around here and someone else came in and said hello. Oh, this won't be your last encounter with a spacer crew. They pillage abandoned facilities and shoot anyone who gets in their way. They're even less organized than the Crimson Fleet. Just countless desperate groups scavenging and killing to survive.
Considering this is supposed to be abandoned, you would think that there wouldn't be, any, people around. Like, and the atmosphere would be less ideal, maybe. Okay, this is advanced. Let's see if we can crack it. All right. That wasn't too difficult. And we have done the challenge. Succulent, yoink. I mean, Urban Eagle is a pretty cool name for a gun. Succulent father simulator. I mean, I didn't say it, you did. But can I actually swap to... Let's try out the Urban Eagle. I like the whole like clicking machinery as well, like the sound of older machinery just in the background wearing away. I'm not sure there would really be any sound, because even at this stage, surely they would have solid state drives and they wouldn't be using hard drives. Unless it's like some sort of other noise. A fan, maybe. May as well take the stuff. Is he going to be the composer for the new Elder Scrolls? Do we know? I know we don't really know anything about it at this stage. Or is he no longer with us? He's separated from the company for moral allegations? Oh. From the company or from him? Like, who did the bad? Oh, more tissues. We need that. Alright, seaweed mini bite. Oh, okay. Yeah, there definitely are other composers out there, and there definitely will be other composers out there that could do just as good a job. And it might actually be a nice chance to have a fresh take on Elder Scrolls music. I'm sure the theme will be pretty much similar to how it, you know, has been in the past, but there's a lot of spaces around. Ah, there's people fighting.
Take him down. And that, my friend, is how you do things on Jameson.
Oh. Oh. Whoops. I guess he lost his head.
Nothing.
Why are you hanging around? He's even got bacon on him.
suppose they're not going to need it anymore.
See a succulent. Oh, it's not succulent, it's plant. I don't want just any old plant. It's still hanging outside the window. That's a succulent. Portable desk fan. I need one of those right now. It's about the only standard I have is putting plants in a tier list and succulent being near the top. Clean up after yourself with a big handprint over it. And an empty toilet paper tube. Ew.
Engaging target.
Oh, my health is low. Whoop. Is that succulent? They're both succulents. For something that's supposed to be kind of abandoned, there seems to be like a lot of like still edible snacks and stuff around. Like, you would think it would just be completely empty. Egmont desk. Immediately grab the 2 succulents inside the room. Yeah, that's also true. There would be no, I mean, how unrealistic. The way she did talk about this as being like an abandoned facility, right? Like an ancient, in relative terms. An ancient bit of human history. Ooh, my friend will be. I'm taking that.
This is gonna end.
He was looking the wrong way. I mean, that was a spacer, and he was looking towards the eclipse. I need to change gun. Ah! Toxic gas.
Damn it!
I just shot her in the back of the head. My aim is shocking. One down.
Oh, I'm hit!
Whoa! I really need to get some more med packs because I'm taking a lot of damage. Space trucker spacesuit, taking that. I need to change gun again. Don't think I have any ammo for it. Oh, okay, you're up there, okay. I would take the helmet. I would take what? 3,000 credits just lying around. I will take that. I will leave the resources. Yeah, that's gonna make you fall over.
You have anything valuable?
Not really.
Concentrate.
Oh, I'm out of bullets again. What do I have bullets for? Let's go with the Eon for now. Yeah, 145 bullets. Okay, I'm not gonna run out. Oh, Sarah! Sarah just stood right in my shot. Ah. Is there one on the store here? No. Don't see anything. Oh, did you pick? I was just about to say I don't see anything of value. That is valuable, right?
This is Vanguard Moira. Sorry if I had to reclaim some UC property, but this whole star yard is overrun. I've patched up my ship, and I'm heading to Neptune. Going to put in another request to get the fleet out here to deal with these spacers. But until then, if any of you thugs are listening, I'm the damn ghost stealing your stuff in the night. Clear out while you have the chance.
Okay, he's moved on.
He's almost daring the spacers to come after him. It's actually not a bad plan. Much better odds destroying one of their ships than fighting them all at once here.
I mean, we're just two of us and we fought our way through. Someone's getting trigger happy. I think, unfortunately, looking at the time, I'm gonna have to call it here if I am going to get a decent night's sleep before I have to be up early in the morning. So that's what I'm gonna do. I am going to head over this way. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining the stream. It's the people being here that makes the stream worthwhile, makes it fun. Almost missed the succulent. Where is this person? Oh, there's a... Right, okay. And it is locked. That's very straightforward. Where is that person? I'll take the ammo. Right, well, I think we'll leave that here. I think we'll leave it here. Let me save it. Let's go over this one here. But thanks everyone for being here. Thanks for joining me. And I will see you all, well, I guess, are we streaming Valheim on Sunday? I think we are. So I'll, Ham and I, if we're streaming Valheim on Sunday, I'll see you then. And then I will be picking up Starfield again, on Wednesday next week, assuming everything goes to plan. So I will see you then. I'll see you on Sunday, and I'll see you on Wednesday for more Starfield. Bye for now.